Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to understand generative AI from scratch. We shall cover everything from artificial intelligence, large level language model to RAG, AI agent, MCP, and how developer can build a real world application using ASP.NET Core and Angular. So whether you are preparing for interview or learning AI or planning to add Gen AI project to your resume, this video give you a complete roadmap. So, uh, software developer, let's start. So, this is Gen AI. So, start. So today, agenda. Here, what will we cover? Uh, we will cover. We shall start the basic artificial intelligence, then the Gen AI actually what is. So after that, we shall explore large how large language model, what tokens and prompt engineering are, and why embedding and vector database are important. So we also learn retrieval database like RAG and fine-tuning AI agent and enterprises level MCP and other things. So by end of this video, you have solid understanding about modern AI development. So go to next. So what is artificial intelligence? So let's begin. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence is simply the ability of machines to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. For example, you can say that the recognize voice recognition, speech recognition, translate English to Hindi or other languages, and image processing recommendation like a product. We have a e-commerce website, then product recommendation or Netflix recommend the things that has come under the artificial intelligence. Also, we created a chatbot and we have traditional that they detect spam emails like you have seen either on the Google with some zip file and other things are shared. Then it detect that the spam. So it's sent into the spam box. So these are the artificial intelligence. So traditionally, AI mainly focus on the analyzing data and make prediction based on the pattern. But Gen AI goes one step further. It comes actually creating new content. So that's about the artificial intelligence. So next, move to next slide. So what is generative AI? So, what is actually generative AI? Generative AI is a branch. Generative AI is a branch of artificial intelligence that create completely new context, such as text, code, images, audio, even video. So, generative AI will not like a traditional AI. It's like predict something human intensive, like it's creative. You have in nowadays you're using Gemini, so we from that the hey Gemini create the image image. You have a idea about the trending image, which is image generated by GenAI. So we prompt simply generate the image, and we ask prompt for to write the code about the C# code. So also it generate image, audio, other thing that's generated to the GenAI. It's all about the part of GenAI. For example, if ask an AI create a ASP.NET code. Simply we prompt that the create ASP.NET Core login API. AI generate completely production ready code instantly. As of traditionally, what happened that the human have to create the suppose CRUD API. So we have taken a lot of time to think about and search on the Stack Overflow, C# corner and other things. Then we created the thing. But today, what's happened? Gen AI is more advanced to the traditionally. It's beyond human expectation and it's create the in chunk of minutes and seconds. It's create a large of code and other things like so, Gen AI can simply generate text, code, images, audio, videos. So that's all about Gen AI. So next move to the evaluation of Gen AI. So to understand where Gen AI fits, look at the evaluation of Gen AI. So first of all comes the artificial intelligence. Artificial what is artificial? Inside AI, artificial is a broad field like other all the large language model, generative AI, deep language, machine language, all come under the artificial intelligence. It's like artificial intelligence is a large box, and inside that machine learning comes deep learning, then Gen AI, then large model. So that's the artificial intelligence. So what's coming the machine learning? So machine learning where the model learn from data. So machine learning simply is like is train the data where the model learn. That's the machine learning. And what's inside the deep learning? We have generated AI powered by large model. So like multi-layer neural network. If you have an idea about neural network, you in college time we study them. So what is the neural network and what's what. So that's neural networking coming under the deep learning, and also the pattern recognition are the deep learning. So what comes inside the generative AI? Generative AI powered by the large language model, and generative AI simply create new text like text, code, images, audio, which about we have to study generative AI. And what is the large language model? Large language model like we have GPT, Gemini, Claude, which train the trillion parameters models. So these are the evaluation of the AI. So first come artificial intelligence, then machine learning, deep learning, then Gen AI, then large language model. Move to the next slide. So how generative AI work? So the model trained on the million of words collected from book, website, document, research paper, and code repository. So GenAI model which is trained by billion of simple work like if you have search now a ChatGPT a feature if you search on the web then it's go to the source. If you have ever seen that is in last say it so the sources where it's come from the so it's come from maybe book, code, websites and other things. So these are the training data of the GenAI, and during training it learns the pattern and relationship between words. When you type a prompt, model does not search for the answer. Instead of predict the most likely next token overcome and over until the generate the complete result. So key component of each stage is training the data. Training data were billion of text simple movement from trained and tokenization. Tokenization what happened? Text is split into the small numeric unit of models can be processed. Then it's come to the neural network. And what neural network done? Transfer architecture, learn static relationship, then generate the response. So token decode back and human readable text is generated. So first what come? Training data from the billion of books and other things. And tokenize is split into the small chunks. And then the neural networks come into the picture, which find the static relationship between the model and categorize them into similar data. And after that, the large language model will generate the response, and the response is now converted into the human readable form. So that's about the generative AI, how work, train data, tokenization, neural network, and language model. So move to the next slide. So what is language model? At the heart of generative AI, large language model. Uh, unheard of generative large language model are LLM. These are the massive neural network trained on the huge amount of text. Large language model are the nothing but it is trained massive text data set capable of understanding generate human like scalable. So popular language model like GPT, OpenAI is powered by ChatGPT. So language is capable like we have like a human. We give some simply a prompt and it generate text picture videos and other things. We have a popular model like Gemini, which is Google DeepMind, and Claude Anthropic. Claude is you see you have idea about the what's Claude and LLM, which is Llama, which is Meta open source. But so basically in .NET context, we more use the Llama. So core capability of large language model, it's generate, debug, explain code across the language, writing, draft, documenting, email and create content summarization, large like we have report, of medical report, so is summarize and translate this converts the dozen of language like we have French language to convert into the Hindi, English and other things. And also you have the reasoning solve the multiple logic problem. So that's about the large level model knowledge. It's like you would think that the LLM as a universal reasoning engine trained on the human language. So move to the next slide. And it's come to the token and context window. AI model don't read entire word the human way. Like we have a sentence, hello world. So in human we have simply read the hello world, but AI does not read like a human word as a complete sentence. Is token simply what happened? Token split the small piece of text that language model process. Token is roughly 3 to 4 character or about 3 to 4 English word. Like we have hello world. So it's break into hello and then word. So it's make the multiple numeric token IDs and the multi-process internally. So what happens simply, the process takes into a small unit of call token and every prompt and response is covered into the token. Another important concept is context window. The determines how much information the model is remembered during conversion. And large concept window allow AI to analyze long document, source code, and entire conversion. So benefit is the key benefit. Language context window enable analyzing the large document entire code base into single session, like simply split into large amount of chunk code and then understand. So that's about the token. What is prompt engineering? Today's most trending topic in the today in the IT industry. So what is prompt engineering? Prompt is nothing but it is a practice of writing effective structure instruction to consistency improve quality of prevalent AI output. So simply prompt means we have write the good prompt to get the maximize our productivity. So, like for example, uh, poor prompt like we have a need to generate a JWT token. So simply we write code a JWT token. So our AI does not know what to write, in which language write, and what should we do. So that's a skill hallucination. So it may be simply you want to .NET code, but it generate the Python or Django code. So it's difficult for that. So good prompt is that you should write like a create a ASP.NET Core Web API using the authentication and also want to create repository SQL X unit. Then this is the good prompt on the basis of that exactly you want the output that's the our AI will generate. Simply prompt engineering is this about all about that. So be specific, like it's good to name the exact technology version pattern of you want to need and add constant, define a scope, format, output you required, and set a role like act as a senior architecture, improve depth, iterate, refine prompt and other things. So data prompt produce dramatically better result. Prompt engineering code developer skill in AI era. So now in this era, if you have a idea about how to write good prompt, then you can increase your productivity to 100x, maybe it's 100x. So become a better embedding. So now we discuss embedding. Embedding convert text into numeric vector representing semantic meaning enable machine to understand relationship between word and concept. Simply what happened, embedding what did. So for example, we have the word cat and dog. Which similar vector, but they represent related concept like a cat. So divided into the this thing and dog similar vector like this thing car defined the. So embedding nothing but is convert text into the numeric vector that capture the semantic relationship like we have a this is like a simply you can generate this is the cat category. This is the dog. So embedding is converted into the vector. Then vector we decide this come under the like sorry this come under the same classification. So it should generate the result from this output. So this is the simply use cases of embedding. Semantic search finding the result by meaning, not just keyword. Like traditionally we have like keyword in SQL, so we search the name like Akshay. So it simply search the Akshay on the column and if find then it should return the check. But in meaning in the sense you can write that the name of the developer who write this code, such like that single you have simply tell the meaning and it's understand the what is the meaning of that text, then it search the Akshay from the our database. And recommendation system like similar output we have movie recommendation. If you have used the Netflix, then you watch the South movie, then it's recommended the South movie that's come under this thing. And document similarity like major house project related document like a resume, you have uploaded the resume, then it's a similarity that our need, what is the requirement and what is the resume that's come under the medic. So come to the next. And this is the vector database. Traditionally, what it this is, I think you were incomplete without this vector database and RAG model. This is the core of your GenAI. So what happened in the vector database? So in traditional database, like we have the relational database and non-relational database where we store our data into the like non-relational data JSON format and table and rolling relation. So we need to search the exact keyword like we have searched the what is the salary higher than 20 like so it's search exact keyword and it's rigid and limited. But in vector database, it does not search the exact match, it search the meaning. So semantics similarity means so we have searched the thing that it's come into the meaning and I understand. So popular vector database like a Pinecone, fully managed cloud native vector database, Chroma, very white and Milius and PG vector. These are the popular vector databases. So move to the next slide. And this is the RAG. What is that? RAG is the one of the most important concept in the enterprise is retrieval augmented generation. And instead of relying only on the model trained knowledge, the system search your company document. For example, we have your company have document. So we document like a policy, internal policy, and you search on the ChatGPT. Hi, ChatGPT tell the internal policy of my company. Then ChatGPT does not know what is the internal policy of your company. So it's create hallucination like most of the top tech company like TCS, Wipro, and these are things that these their company policy. So its company, maybe this company have the same policy. So, but it does not the exactly same policy of your company. So that's create the hallucination and it may generate the wrong answer. So avoid this wrong answer. We trained in like our model like we have this our company document and we you need to search inside this document like what the policy of the company rather than searching on the whole internet. We have simply search on the provided prompt or provided document. So this is the rag where we train our model based on our requirement. So use company document ground response in the own priority based on the internal data and institute finalization and keep knowledge up to date. Like we simply create something update in our company policy. So simply generally update our prompt and we retrieve data. So how it work? User question embedding it is divided into the numeric part and vector database. So what happened? Vector database is search this and it's retrieved from the our retrieval document. So what is fine tuning? Fine tuning meaning beginner confuse fine tuning with RAG, but fine tuning change model itself by training it again with new data. It's expensive and time consuming. RAG on the other hand leave model unchanged and simply provide equivalent external knowledge during interface. That is the most enterprise AI application prefer RAG over fine tuning. So simply you can differentiate that the dimension like approach fine tuning retrieve model weight and RAG user external data interface cost expensive GPU computed cost effective knowledge static backend dynamic up to date strength behavior and this sort of thing. So conclusion most enterprises may prefer RAG over its flexibility, low cost and ability to stay connected. So it's not really simple. A chatbot is simply answer question. What happened in previous some year back, we have a simply chatbot. We search salary of every salary of the this company. So it simply return the salary of the company employee. But an AI agent goes much further. It can plan tasks, use external tool, call APIs, search data, and make decisions. So AI agent is simply it have ability to make decisions and predict the right answer. Imagine asking book the cheapest flight, like we have to search the cheapest flight, book to the cheapest flight. So an AI agent search the flight and compare prices, ask the for confirmation and complete the booking process. So AI agents helping this thing. We have save a lot of money because you search on the whole internet and find that the cheapest flight and which is most effective. Then it's ask for the prompt that hey, you want to book the things. Then you can say yes, approve that. So it's make you lot of time it can reduce your cost and other thing. So what is model context from photograph? Another is a technology model from MCV. Think MCV is a universal connector of RAI. Instead of writing custom integration of RG, GitHub, SQL, database, Jira, internal API, the AI communicates through standard protocol. This makes the enterprise AI system more scalable and it will benefit standardized integration, better interoperability, and better ready to use AI. And this is the most important GenAI ASP.NET Code. Why use GenAI ASP.NET Code? So by using this, you can create a chatbot, which is the converter powered by the LLM. You can create a document search, semantic retrieval, like we have a client had the medical report. So analyze the report, this thing item by this resume analyzer. These are the commanders and code assistance. Like we have provided, we have co-pilot with assistant that this is the wrong in our syntax. You can correct it. So in our case, you can use that internal basic instance answer from the company document, like we have previously told that the company policies are. So Gen AI in .NET Core content. First, we can create a Angular content in Angular. Then ASP.NET Core, we have simply used the model like Llama and other Gemini model, and then we drag it that where we prompt right and we train our data to response exact to we want the value and then not create the since we drag and data vector data is the database from where we search our data and we store this thing. So these are the context of the ASP.NET Core. So What is the real world application advantage of using this? So Gen AI reshape every major industry, like automating routing enable, like a customer support 24 into 7, like a woman cannot support it to 24 into 7, like it may be 9 to 10 hours it can work, it cannot work the whole day to night, but our AI agent can work. So in banking system, like a fraud detection, advisory, healthcare, like a kidney document diagnosis, like a cancer diagnosis and everything are done through the GenAI, and patient Q&A questions, education like tutorial, adapting learning, software code generation, review, HR admission, resume screening, like previously we have a lot of resume of our one vacancy and HR should analyze this resume and then find out what is suitable resume matching the requirement, but in GenAI it's done into the chunk of second. And the context generation like marketing copy report, create a system that Excel global and other things. So in common interview question part .NET Gen AI. So what is Gen AI? What is LLM? What explain token prompt engineering and difference point and CV. These are the common interview question which I generally ask interview about the Gen AI. So thank you for Gen AI professor this Gen AI tutorial. And, also we have a roadmap path. Uh, we have your Gen AI learning roadmap each master Gen AI. First week we should learn AI fundamental, Gen AI concept, LLM, token, prompt engineering. In 3 to 4 weeks we learn embedding vector database, RAG, fine tuning VS RAG, and 5 to 6 weeks you should create a AI agent MCV, semantic Azure and everything. And in 7 to 8 weeks you create a ASP.NET Core project and interview preparation. So this is the roadmap of your Gen AI tutorial.